Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Stellaris, episode number... I think we're at 48 now, isn't it? So let's load the end of the last save game. So we cannot see the number from the actual save game because we're playing in Iron Man mode. But it is the Plantoid species, the Ganvius Empire, that we're actually playing in this particular instance. So at the end of the last session, we'd actually completed a war with one of our neighbors. So this is a planet that we had invaded over here, which at the moment is, as you can see, the fleet is moving back towards one of our systems here. Who is this? Did I raise these guys? I think I did. Yep, they're one of my protectorates. They're sharing space with me there. So my resource storage in terms of energy is entirely full. And if I look at my sectors missing resources, that's fine. So I've got a powerful population uprising occurring here. Interesting. So 100% corruption is occurring at the moment. 5% rebellion. I of course want to suppress that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna try to... I'm not going to return the planets, that's the last thing on my mind. I'm going to suppress the media, I'm thinking. Yeah, that'll basically remove the rebellion, but the corruption is still there. I could bribe the leadership, but I'll leave that as a last resort for the moment being. Let's get the clock running in the meantime though. Let's have a look at our research. We're basically a fair number of months away from this one here. Very, very long one. Now we had taken some of the systems that we see listed. So have a look at the actual planets that we've got in the list here. So the last planet in this list here, it should be this one here. This planet here is the one that we took over from these guys here. And we want to allocate that to this sector here, the NAF. That sector here is this one here. We're adding that planet to there. Simple. That means we're no longer overstretched in terms of the numbers up the top here. We basically are exactly within our controllable colonized systems list. Alright, any damage to our infrastructure? It does not look like it, does it? No. All of our ships, though, are on the move. Defensive pact has been initiated between the neighboring species here, these ones here. So, if I start a war with either of these two, they will basically support each other. But there's still... Actually, these guys become my vassals, so that's fine. That was one of the war goals. Getting these guys here to become my vassal, which is great. Fury Imperium. So we guarantee their independence. I'd love for them to become my vassal, but they will not because of distance seems to be the major factor there. Plus the neutral attitude. They got the same stacks as we do there. Alright, these guys here don't like us, or don't like the fact that we've been at war so often. So these guys here are one of my vassals, which is great. So I got both the Henfalier conglomerate as well as the Henfalier... Sorry, have they both got the same name? Or is it just my impression? Henfalier conglomerate. Okay. Interesting choice. The only thing that's really different between those two is, of course, the symbol that they're using. Alright, research back on track. We'll be finishing the cruiser assembly yard shortly. What's happening to our fleet in the meantime? So let's have a look at our main fleet here. This one here has finished. I'm going to put it into orbit of this planet here. Now we'll reinforce it with one extra ship here. This one I'll reinforce as well. Let's have a look at this one here. I'm currently in orbit around one of the planets here, which is from one of my vassals. Which is fine. That one is damaged slightly, so I'm actually sending it back to a point where it can actually repair properly. And this particular fleet here, I'm going to send into orbit of one of my planets here. Sorry, I said one of my planets here, but do I have a planet here? No, I don't actually have a planet there, do I? I do have planets here. Perfect. Now, one of my fans has just, or fans, or followers, or subscribers, maybe the better word, has given me some advice as to how to reduce the actual energy consumption. So placing these fleets in orbit of individual planets that I already own. That should help reduce the actual power requirements for the fleet units. We've received an invitation for joining in an alliance. Actually, it's not us that has received it, it's actually one of the other ones that have received it. So these two have unified. Okay, fine, whatever. Just let it be. Let it be so. We're still working on integrating one of our subjects, which is costing us 5 influence. Still, these guys here are bothering me. How do I find them? Front of white.
Construction complete. Debris analyzed.
Interesting. One of my protectorates has declared war upon these other guys here. Where are these guys based? These guys are based here. That's an interesting choice. A very interesting choice. So the fact that they have declared war upon them means that I can't really interfere there. Which is a bit of a pity. Really a bit of a pity. Because what can I do at this point, really? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if they basically were to perish, yep, then it's so be it. Let's get these additional units into the fleets. Alright, debris has been analyzed. These guys have declared war, which they will lose. But okay. These guys are already in orbit of one of the planets here. And it looks like the advice of that subscriber is actually working out quite nicely. 152, where earlier I only had basically a surplus of 55, I think it was. So great work there. Thank you. Appreciate it. More research projects here. This is of course an ideal position to have for one of my vassals. Allows me to place additional thermal stations there. At this point we have completed the integration of one of the subject species, and I think that's the ones up here that we just integrated. So what I want to do at this point, I want to basically take, I guess, do I want to create a new sector for them? Possibly. Possibly. And we'll start expanding this sector here first. So the Boreal Rim. Runa we can add to there. I want to get to that system there, and the only way of getting to that system there is through some other systems. So now we're at 8, surplus of 8. Now that one here I want to add to there as well. Right, that seems to have brought it down to 7. Let's close that for just a second. This system here has got a habitable planet, doesn't it? I thought it did. No, it actually doesn't. So where have we still got these surpluses in terms of this? So let's have a look at the planets here. This one here. Yep, I kind of knew that one was one of them. Quicksand Basin. Let's upgrade these buildings before I transfer to a different sector. Alright, so that leaves me with 1 left in terms of extra planets to get rid of. Is it this one? Probably. Yeah, and this one is based where? Ah, Boreal Rim. I should have added that straight away. And I'm back to normal numbers. So the Boreal Rim is now the biggest sector.
Debris analyzed.
What do I want to do with this one here? I guess for the moment being nothing. Research points being gained. I do have a few ships that I want to get rid of. A few of these ships I will want to upgrade.
Ships upgraded.
And some of these I will want to again get rid of. I'm going to build the wormhole station here as well. So extra places for wormhole stations are always welcome, of course. Particularly if that gives us chances to get some other stuff done. Elysium Imperium. So that would make me assume that there is a outpost over there. Now I thought that we still had some researchable spots here. And then I will also want to survey the system. Emboiled by popular support, it has taken up arms in an effort to take back their territory by force. Interesting. Yep, so that's okay. The question was which planet was that? I was going to ask, but I don't see it listed here yet. But there's a lot of debris still out there, which hasn't been dealt with. Research points. Let's have a look at the factions once again. So most of them are still loyalist. 477 out of 509 is a good number, I would say. set the systems here to be surveyed as well. Perfect. Again, reach the maximum of that particular item. Debris.
Debris analyzed.
I thought I already declared you my arrival, didn't I? Well, actually, I didn't. So they declared me their arrival. Well, let's do the same in return. Marauder missiles, hyper shields. Extract technology is always welcome, I would say. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look at where these guys are actually. Did they beat them? Looks like it. Member of the League. They're protectorate all of a sudden. So it looks like they were defeated. Now what's the influence of supporting? So I got outposts apparently, 4 of them. Now outposts you should be able to recognize by means of that little symbol. Now I want to keep this outpost here. Where else have I got outposts? Up here. Is it worth keeping that one? I'm not sure. I don't think it is. Let's go into that system and get rid of that one. We'll lose some of the land here, but it's not a major loss, I would say. There's my second outpost. And now I'm looking for the third. So that's 1, 2, and where is the third? It's probably down here somewhere. So 1 and 2 are here. Where is number 3? 2. I'm looking for the circle of stars. I guess that's one of the things I mentioned earlier. That's one of the things we want to basically have made easier in the game. Being able to track individual bits like that. I don't see where the third one is, unfortunately. Anyways, let's kick up the clock speed again. We should get those assembly yards
Debris analyzed.
shortly. Hyper shields have progressed again. By gaining that territory that we did, do we actually have any particular resources here that have not been utilized or made available as of yet? Doesn't look like it.
Debris
Frontier
analyzed.
outposts. Guarantees. Who are we guaranteeing their independence for? Good question. Now, if we look at the empires, we find ourselves. Who are we guaranteeing? Guaranteeing the independence of the Yuri Imperium. How do I stop this revoke guarantee? Yep, perfect.
Construction complete.
So that's this guy's here at the southeast. So that was costing me influence. Now no longer is costing me an influence, so that's good. Now, in terms of my actual war goals,
Debris
goals,
analyzed.
Victory. We are 40%, or we need to have 40% of the colonized planets. There's still 9 other independent empires left in the galaxy. Conquest or subjugate all other empires. Okay. Conquest or subjugate. I'm actually going to stop this one here then. So at the moment I'm basically trying to integrate these. I'm going to stop or cancel the integration. I'm going to go for different tactics. I'm going to use all of them to basically make myself stronger in the different wars I'm going to be fighting. So at the moment the biggest enemy here, it would be these guys on the southeastern border, or southwestern border I should really say. They are nervous, they've got a reduced naval capacity. So the technology level is equivalent. Naval capacity is inferior, but their fleet power is pathetic. Hostile towards us. Well, let's declare rivalry then. Let me just reinforce some of these fleets here somewhat. I'm going to place this one in orbit around this planet here for the moment being. This one should be reinforced with some other ships as well. But it looks like I'm first going to have to upgrade some of these ships because they're really outclassed. So old-fashioned designs. Just mostly because those are ships that I basically inherited from the species that I integrated with. I think in the next episode what I'll do, I'll probably declare war upon these neighbors here. They've got a rivalry with these guys here. Where are these guys based? It's a relatively small system there.
System survey
Plantoid.
complete.
Okay, but these guys are also Plantoid. Interesting. These guys are also Plantoid. So Plantoid against Plantoid it looks like. Intriguing.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
Alright, the ships were upgraded.
System survey complete.
Okay, so I guess pretty much what I'm looking for at this point in time is a means for me to basically get ready for the next war. We're not actually putting too much emphasis on it for our neighbors yet. Now, I do want to basically move as much of my fleets towards this side of the map then, to be able to support that. That one is undergoing repairs, which is perfectly
System
fine.
survey complete.
There is further debris, of course. Which is an enemy system. Most of that is an enemy system, so that's... well, really doesn't have anything I can do about it. So, like I said, let's call it a day. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session. Well, I didn't really think there was much going on, but we're basically preparing for our next confrontation, which is really going to be with these guys here. And these guys are called the Vivizandi Consolidated Planet States. In the meantime, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.